We can't wait to show you a few hacks that we'll learn on the rear quarter panel. So we have this rear quarter panel, and one of the challenges for this one is the charge port. And what's annoying is this closes, I think, every, 2 minutes? So you have 2 minutes to do exactly all of it. Nah, but basically it will go down. So we typically like push it down, and then we start the timer again. So we already got this clean. All the edges are good. I might get a quick hand from our videographer right here. Okay, got it? After that, you can get my fingers as well. Okay, is it everywhere? So once that's good, we're gonna go ahead and lay it out like this. Okay, and go under that area. You see that? Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and just place it in there. So you see now it's all like sliding and all this stuff. That's exactly what you want. You do have a little bit of space right here. You see what I'm saying? Okay, here we go. Now, timer starts now. But you want to see if you could kind of go underneath it like this. So you want to just kind of line it up like that. I think I put a little bit too much right there. I'm just going to go ahead and split it down the middle right here. And you can see that it's still getting good coverage right there. We'll go ahead and put some Tack solution all up in there. And then this, remember, has 2 minutes still, so I still have a little bit of time. But we'll go ahead and try to get it all the way. And then you can close it. Oh, too early. I do need to pull this. And then go ahead and open it back. So I'm going to go ahead and spray some more right here. Go ahead and try to anchor this down all up into this body line. And I have all of these. Looks fantastic right here. And all of that edge right there. So now that I have the top part done, I have plenty coverage right here. This is a little tricky because the material now wants to actually go in a lot of different areas. So there's a lot of ways you could do this, but the main thing is you want to pull this way. So that's exactly what I'm going to try to do. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to do this. Okay, so I got kind of that area. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Got plenty of coverage right there. Okay, and then now I gotta get rid of some of that finger. I'm actually gonna just go ahead and use all this and pull it across. Okay, you can see I'm pulling it across. This is not full design yet. I mean, you can obviously see it's not quite ready yet, but we got a lot of work to do. We're learning a lot. This is exactly what we're trying to do with our kit. All right, so there you go. Okay, so I got kind of this left side done. You can see that it's trying to do something. I'm going to go ahead and pull it into this area. There we go. It's definitely lightened. I basically distributed that right here, right? And I got some fingers there, no worries. And then we're gonna try to distribute this a little bit as well. Boom. Okay, great. So now my fingers are a lot less, and it's a lot, I think, more manageable. So like this one right here. Oh, maybe I'm running out of tack. Definitely want some tack right now. Okay. There you go. Okay, so you can see this little finger, no issue. Distribute it all across 4, 5, 6, whatever it is. And you can kind of go side to side like that. And it'll just go away. I do think though, I do need to do a little bit better with the distribution so that it is a little bit easier, I think. I think these are gonna be the hard parts, right? Like trying to figure out, like most people aren't gonna be able to figure out if they're beginners on the distribution of stretch and fingers and all this stuff is gonna just be foreign to them. So, I mean, we gotta figure that out and that's our job. So don't worry too much about what you're seeing right here. It's not gonna be like that. So you can see, we got all this down. And then I got some fingers right here, which also is gonna be fairly easy, I think, to get rid of. So go ahead. Okay, same thing, distribute that across more than one, right? Oh, and one thing, guys, make sure you use good water. Whenever you're using your Tack solution, don't use tap water. Tap water does not work well. And the reason why is there's just too much minerals, right? You want something that's really, really good water. And I think most PPF installers will tell you that water is actually very important. So some people actually use like distilled. It just depends on who you talk to, but I think they have a very particular about their water. I mean, we just use basically a filter that we have over there. I already did my double take. I'm actually going to go ahead and feed it in here. This is going to be fun. It's really not that bad, so I'm just going to hold it down and kind of feed it into all these areas right here. So there we go, look at that. So clean. This is what I'm talking about. Count your 2 minutes. It always happens in the most like awkward and worst times. So just be ready for that. I swear. It's like in the history of all of this. Always in a crappy time. Okay, I definitely need to trim a little bit, and then you see this is where it starts, and that's exactly where I'm gonna cut it. But you can actually start kind of squeegeeing down as well. That should help a little bit. I do want a little bit of that corner. I'm going to develop right there. But that corner is shaping up pretty well with just Tack solution. I do need to cut it, and you see some of the bubbles here, but once I cut it, honestly, I'll be able to just push this out a lot easier. Part of it is right now, there's a little bit of tension. So once we get rid of some materials over here, it's gonna go away. You always wanna do these corners first. And the reason why, there's a lot of tension right here and a lot of material that wanna just fold over. So what you wanna do is distribute it, right? It's gonna finger right there. So you just try to do your best so you can, right? And just kind of push that down little by little, okay? So you can see it fingers a lot more at that peak right here. So you're gonna have to combat that a little bit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and push this down. There we go. Again, same thing guys, no bridging. Okay, and then you're just gonna see I just kind of pulled it across and it actually went down very naturally into all of that actually. So right now I don't have a whole lot of tension. So I can feed it into that valley, right? Again, no bridging. This is a lot, but I'm gonna cut it. But just so you guys know, it's too much. Nice. We start going to the edges. So you can actually loosen up this bumper a little bit so you get a little bit more. But here's the risk that you actually have. And this is actually the same for vinyl and PPF. But the risk is if you put too much material in between, what actually happens is it rubs against each other over contraction and expansion. That it's actually not good. So you actually don't, I mean, it's not always a better thing to put more material, if that makes sense. So you actually want to just put the right amount. So honestly, I have it completely away. So I'm actually not, like it's not sticking to the other panel. And I'm loosening this up. I'm just feeding it into that valley, and that's actually where I'm gonna cut it. Should be pretty good in terms of longevity. And it's gonna, it's not really gonna rub, which is what you want. Okay, so you're gonna do something here. Oh, one other tip right here. You actually wanna go deeper on this side. You can go less on this side, because this is actually, there's a screw right here, 10 mil, that will hold this. That will make it a little bit easier in terms of seaming the two. So you can see when I start doing this side, it starts to go a little bit more. So what I mean by that is like this. Just kind of hold it. And then we're actually going to cut that later, and it's going to fold over. So you can see that's how the edges are. Went down really well. So now let's go ahead and work on the top. So I purposely put this much, but it's not a whole lot. So actually, in this area, you should be able to just put it behind it with the Tack solution. And now I can pull this, so it'll just go right into that corner. Just like that. Okay, and I'm actually gonna cut that a little bit, but I can pull this out just a tiny bit. Okay, just a tiny bit. And you can see that I can push this in. This is important to just have the right amount. I think this is going to be a challenge for us as well, to basically make sure that we instruct the right amount and really show our customers how much you want in that area. But you notice there's an actual, like this trim, and then under that there's actually like a rubber gasket right there. So you don't want that to hit the gasket. You want to go beneath that and get under that. Okay, now this little scrunchies with fingers. Use my nail a little bit. Flat it as much as I can before it starts to basically finger too aggressively, and then that's where I actually cut it. Awesome. So I'm gonna leave that so it can dry a little bit. You could just pull this back a little bit and then just kind of tuck it in. That pretty much sums it up. I mean, of course, I have a couple things like trimming some of the areas out of fingers right there. But this is nice because it goes all the way in. So again, from the outer perspective, you'll be able to see the red, not the gray. And this is just a cleanup. Our kit isn't going to go as deep as that, right? So I think we're going to just go a little bit into here and then just a little bit past that. So there's no cutting. You'll be able to torch it, dry it, torch it, and then that corner should be perfectly fine. And then here it'll go just a little bit here, so you'll still be able to not see any of that color with the charge port off. And you can see that when we do, There's no other color other than red. So that's exactly what you want. That's how you do the rear quarter panel. I mean, we're really close. We got some of the doors done. We got the whole, most of the front done. And then we're gonna keep moving on.